You with me, D?
Yeah.
Oh, we're live already.
Yes, that's why I'm checking everything here on my end.
All right. Well, my phone died. I didn't know we was live. And my phone died. Fudge. And now getting in touch with my team is impossible. I don't have a phone.
You don't charge it on your laptop like I do?
I'm not on a laptop, and it is plugged in, but shit. All right. Well, I'll have everything going. Let me plug it into this instead of here. Maybe it'll charge faster. I don't have a lot of time. This is bogus. Oh, it's definitely charging faster. That cord is faster. All right, let me add some stuff to the description box, and we can get ready to get started. We have always have a lot to talk about. Donald Trump keeps us busy, does he not?
Yes. And the
You're
rest of
still
the
MAGA. I want to make sure you're still MAGA before we start after the week we
Oh,
just had.
yes, but remember, I'm on the America First side of MAGA. There's difference.
So you're with Marjorie Taylor Greene, are you?
Leaning that way, yes. For what it's worth.
It's funny. I'm about to release a video about that this week. Remember, I've been saying how brilliant she is.
Really? I have the whole time from day when we started this show. You think she's brilliant from the whole
I
time?
think last week you said,
Only when she
"Oh
turned
yeah,
that
you still
show.
so you actually agreeing with Marjorie Taylor Greene." You don't remember that?
No, I mean before all this, before her and Jasmine Crockett used to go at it, you always believe from day one that Marjorie Taylor Greene was on that level.
No, but I saw where she was at. I saw where she was at, even though I don't think you know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure you don't know what I'm talking about. So what I said in my video was, I said this last week before everybody else started catching on. You know me, how I do it. What I said was, she's going to splinter the MAGA party, start her own movement, leave office, and run for president or vice president, probably vice president, with the American First movement because she sees what's happening with Donald Trump. She played her cards perfectly. She all the while she's been talking about. I've been saying this all along. She's talking about Congress and how bad Congress is doing. She didn't say anything bad about Trump for months, but she talked about all how bad all the Trump's policies were, but blamed it on Congress, but stayed in Trump's good graces while she was doing it. She was playing her cards. Finally, in the last month, she played her hand. Trump turned on her as she knew would happen. And what did she do from there? Marjorie Taylor Greene is brilliant. She now has the America First people behind her, and the party is split. But I called all of that in previous videos. I went into great detail on my last one about it. I got some more predictions on it that, everybody might not see coming. I can't get this thing to start. This is
What are you trying to do this start?
um let my team know that I'm on.
Excuse me.
Gotta let my team know I'm here. Uh this is bad. Let me do this. I okay. I'm at 2%. It's charging now. I wasn't charging on the other charger. It's just 9 o'clock. All right. I didn't put the description in yet. Let me get all the stuff I got to get done because dun 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 dun. They want effects. Oh my God, it was recording. It didn't even always. All right, yeah, we're on. What happened? All right, thank you. Thank you. All right. Okay. Gotta kick it with the team. Gotta let them know we doing it. Let me get the description in so we can get started. So much to talk about. We done covered Pam Bondi already. Not Pam Bondi, Marjorie Taylor Greene. So much going on. I can't keep up with all these girls. We got a team full of girls over there, man. I think Trump likes blondes at this point. Pretty sure. Pretty sure Trump likes blondes. My computer's running slowly. Gotta forgive me. This is really annoying. Nothing I can do about it. I don't know what this just happened. That's crazy. I can't even get to my YouTube channel. Almost there. 2 more shakes and then we'll be riding out. So Dion, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, my organization, this had a pre-Thanksgiving lunch and cop food giveaway in Harlem. So I did that today. It was long. And we're doing good work with Blexits. And I'm trying to go to Virginia this week for Thanksgiving. This is my aunt. She's very excited about that. I might leave out Tuesday or Wednesday, see what's going on. Procrastinate so I don't get my bus ticket yet. My father's gonna try to give me a hookup with his bus company. You know how that go. And
I don't.
yeah.
I don't know.
What about you? Oh, you're not doing Thanksgiving?
I'm not. Might stop by some family house, but I'm not cooking. Not
With
this year.
a house top, huh? And collect the plates.
What happened?
With a house top and collect plates.
Nah, just one house. I'm not really. I don't feel like going all the way to New York, so I'm not. But I got some good family down here, and I got some people coming from New York that's coming to check them. It's gonna be fun. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, man, holiday season. So got my glasses on. The sunlight has changed with the daylight savings, it's affecting my mood. I was like, "Ew." But these events I'm doing at community are, really lifting my spirit, especially with Blexit and some more stuff.
My daughter got logged out of Roblox today, and I had to log back in. They want to take a picture of me to say how old I looked. Got to be 18 and older. They gauge it by your picture. You got to be eight. Oh my God. Got to be 18 or older in order to video chat. Thing said I looked 18. Made my day. I know it's lying to me, but the AI said I looked 18.
Okay.
Don't be laughing at my sensitive ass.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, boy. I guess I look how I feel. All right, I'm ready. We're ready. Welcome to the think tank, where we use critical thinking, deductive reasoning, just a pinch of common sense to draw unbiased logical conclusions. There's a whole disclaimer down in the description box because I'm going to say some things that might just sound crazy.
Really?
So I'm going to introduce my co-host, so I'll allow my co-host to introduce himself, and we're going to get ready to make your day. Dion?
Hi, everybody. I'm District Leader Dion Powell here in the Bronx Conservative Party. And, I can't wait to see what he has to say today. But I'm a consultant, political strategist, and community leader, organizer. I'm the city hub leader of Lexington, New York. Yes. Okay, yeah, the description is there now. Okay.
Well, let's start with a word. Mandami.
Now, all politics is local for this show. Thank God.
Not at all. It's about Trump.
No, here we go. Okay, that was fast. That was fast. Put it back to Trump.
I Mandami and Trump.
Yes, two guys adding you three from Queens. So let's hear something, Leo. Lead the way.
Is that why they get along? Because we're all from the same neighborhood?
I guess so. I'm from the Bronx, so I was surprised at the universal goddamn that they both did to the entire world politically on the political stage.
I was thrown aback. I said,
You're wrong.
I didn't make a prediction on it. If I had studied it, I don't think I would have got that one right, though. But I didn't make a prediction. I did not make a prediction on that one. You will not go through the archives and see me making a prediction on Mandami meeting Trump because it was a no-brainer. What everyone thought was going to happen. I didn't look into it because it was kind of like
No, nobody thought that was going to happen, Leo. What do you
nobody
think?
thought that was going to happen. So let us talk about what happened. Mandami is the mayor-elect for the city of New York. He won by a landslide victory of 51%.
No, he didn't. He didn't win by
Trump said it
51%.
was a landslide victory.
Well, then that's what
Trump said it was a landslide victory.
that's
He
what the
won by
man
a
said.
landslide victory.
Is it true? I
Trump said it was a
definitely
landslide victory
okay.
of 51%.
50%. It was not 51%.
Oh, it was 50%. You're right. My apologies. See that? Now I was wrong. You
By
got
old
me.
law, you need 51%, and there would be the runoff, but no. So he won
Well, Trump
majority.
said it was a landslide. So, according to our president, it was a landslide. This has got so ridiculous. So now he's the president. He's the president. He's the mayor elect about to take seat. And they were throwing jabs back and forth. Mandami called him fascist. The president, Donald Trump, defended himself and called him commie, as in a comrade, as in he was a communist. And they were throwing jobs back and forth. And so Mandami, Mayor-elect Mandami, said he wanted to sit down with the president. Everybody was all anticipating the fireworks that we've seen or haven't seen since the likes of Zelensky's visit.
Yes.
Something even more suspenseful, perhaps.
Perhaps, but not. Anticlimactic. I loved it. Every moment of it was pure genius. Now, if you want my political strategist breakdown analysis play by play, I'll give it to you, viewers and Leo. Ready? All right, here we go. So, I believe because Mandami asked for this meeting, which is smart, that he was going to come in to kill Trump with kindness, make him look quite like the evil man that the Democrat socialists needed. Trump, on the other hand, came with the same thing. I'm gonna kill this guy with kindness, and then he's gonna look like a complete jerk coming at me sideways because I'm trying to extend the olive branch here. And boy, did it blow up. But the key thing that I said on my social media across the board was like, you have two people that hang out in Dubai but never met, right? Because remember, Sauron got married in Dubai, and he knows how to navigate that money in that space and place. If you look at his background, Trump Dubai is like one of his playgrounds. So remember, fast forward, these two guys that know how to navigate Dubai meet in New York, and they actually are from Queens. What do you think happens universally? And that's what played out. They both try to come at each other with kindness, and the New York spirit of Queens hit them both verbally, and it all went so smoothly. And it came across what? Authentic. Because they're both generally come across as nice guys just hanging out having a beer together. If you want to call that Mandami can't because he's Muslim, but you get my drift. And Trump doesn't drink at all. So they have something else in common. You don't drink, I don't drink. Wow. Look at the underlying theme there. So this is very good. However, Curtis Sliwa, who lost, he says we all got played. Not me though. My candidate on the third party was neither one of those guys or him, but he in the Republican Party of New York City, I don't know anymore, Leo. So I'm gonna leave that breakdown there for you to unfold because now this is gonna cause rifts in Mandami's camp because you see they have the primary against Akeem Jeffries with Chief Say Osei. But on Trump's camp with the divisions, it is what it is, but they're just going to wait and see. Whereas this is going to cause more infighting, I believe, in the Democratic Party with more primaries to come this cycle next year.
Well, what it appeared to me was the Republican Party has made Zohran Mandami, Mayor-elect Zohran Mandami, the face of everything wrong with the Democratic Party with their evil socialist agenda. That's all the Republican Party's been talking about. That was their strongest talking point. And with Donald Trump embracing him, it made them all look stupid. Now they don't have a talking point. You can't go at socialist commie Mandami if, as a MAGA person, if Donald Trump is saying that he thinks he's going to do a great job. So I saw Fox reeling, talking about, oh, Trump played him. He patted him on the arm because he patted him on the arm and he was sunning him. And in case you don't know what sunning is, you ain't from the hood. It means he was making him. It means he was,
Not a boy, Bill.
yeah. Yeah, he said he was sunning him. But, and of course, the Democrats had the exact opposite effect. Oh, Trump went there and he was eating silly putty out of Mandami's hands. But at the end of the day, from a standpoint of not being on either side looking in, what it looks like is everybody got played. And what Dion said was true. They were just good old boys. Their agendas weren't that different. And that means that Mandami took something on the back end and Trump took something on the back end. Trump is not going to do all that if he ain't got something to eat, right? Like he's not a happy fat boy unless he got some food on his plate.
Well, guess
So
what? This is going to lead to some more of our segment today as we go into Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and all those other people. So Trump had, as one of my YouTubers who I won't mention, I like watch said this was a win-win for Trump. Mandami, not so much.
I think that MAGA is very upset that the socialist Mandami was embraced by the president because socialism is supposed to be bad. But Donald Trump embraced everything that Mandami stood for and said that he was going to be great for the city. If you think that MAGA is happy about this and this is going to be good for him, I would rather have alcohol than the Kool-Aid you drink.
Well, again, Trump's base is what it is. They're still going to vote for Republicans, straight up and down. The Democrat Socialists, they have to worry about primaries. The Republican Party, not so much across the board. Understand?
No, I don't. Name one time that Mandami said that Trump was doing a good job.
That's not the point, Leo. The point
It's
is
kind of the point based
the
on what you said.
Democrats will have more primaries than the Republicans, so that hurts their political party and not the GOP.
But Trump multiple times said that Mandami's plans will work. It's a great idea, and endorsed the things that Mandami did.
Trump says a
So
lot of
while
things.
so if his audience is listening, what they're hearing is Mandami's not bad, and if Mandami's audience is listening, Mandami did not endorse Trump at all. So if you think that's a triple win when you're praising the other team, the team that won't say nothing good about you, it's okay. You can call me a fascist. It's all right. Good, because you're a fascist. If that's what you call a win,
It's a win because look how many people on both sides, actually mostly on this right side, center right, saying, you know what, this is good because now it's showing that people can work together and put their dishes.
not many. You're the first one I've heard, and I've been
So,
listening to Fox News all weekend.
so that's the approach.
You're the first one. You're the first one.
Well, on social media, as it were, look in the comments. There are a group of people from the center right that's saying, hey, this is a good thing because now it goes to show you that maybe they can work together. Now, on the left, not so much. They're distraught and heartbroken, and they're going to start primary more Democrat incumbents. But on the right, you
So
don't
here's what's really happening on the left. Here's what's really happening on the left. What you're looking at is Trump was threatening to take all the money from New York City and strip them if Mandami won. Mandami went there and came out, and Trump said he's giving them the money. Where do you think the left is mad? I'm confused.
With all the ICE agents that are flooding New York City and other major cities, despite this kumbaya moment. Isn't that interesting how ICE is flooding New York right now? Queens in particular. Whoa. How
Oh,
ironic.
right. You're happy that people are getting arrested in the street, beaten and pregnant women and teachers, and because the worst of the worst. That's
That
what makes you
outrage should have
happy.
came out in the meeting when Dominic should have said exactly that in the meeting, but he did not. He just stood there like a good schoolboy, standing next to the principal, which is Donald Trump.
He is the principal. He is the purse string holder. He is the one with the money. And what he did was he went there and got the money. Good job, Mandami.
Money hasn't been, he's not the mayor yet, my friend. What money has he
He
gotten?
went there and Donald Trump said he was giving the money. He did good.
You believe Donald Trump? Do you really
Donald
believe
Trump,
Donald Trump?
Donald Trump's giving him the money. Donald Trump was eating out of his hands.
Hmm.
Mandami did not. Mandami did not. He allowed Mandami to call him a fascist on TV and said it's okay. He said it's okay. He said it's okay to call me a fascist.
That's
Like,
just Trump being Trump. That's the personality. Even with Bill Maher, who hated his guts allegedly, with down to Mar-a-Lago. That's just Trump being Trump.
Mandami went and did what he was supposed to do. He went and tried to secure the money from New York, and yet he had to eat a little crow. And ICE is there, but we're going to fight ICE in the courts, not face to face with the president. That's what the courts is for. So while we have great teams, and I want to thank y'all. And see, I don't want to shout out networks, but I don't remember the guy's name. So it's an attorney for the Midas Touch Network in the courts fighting on all fronts in all of the places where ICE is illegally at. He's there fighting all the places where they're trying to gerrymander. He won. He beat the federal gerrymandering in Texas. They're fighting in the courts. What we need from the president is the money. Mandami did a good job as far as I'm concerned, but I'm not a Democrat. So New York needed the money. He needed the funding. He went there and got the funding. He didn't argue about stuff that was beyond his control. That would have been stupid. Mandami is not stupid.
We shall see, my friend. Well, he's made it this far, so we shall see. But
You
one
know
thing
what's
we can't,
stupid?
one thing we do know is Donald Trump is not stupid.
Well,
We've
right, but
said,
he's senile and going through dementia, as
okay,
was proven with the Russia proposal.
oh boy.
Do you know about the proposal? Do you
No,
know about the email? Do you know about Putin? Do you know all of these things?
no.
Let me enlighten you.
Wait a minute, I think that
So
was
there
something
was
you sent me, right? Oh, I didn't copy that. Oh, okay.
there was a particular email that was Donald Trump, I believe, from the Epstein files. Is that correct? I believe it is. Donald H. Hold on, I'm having a little problems with my computer. It's running a little slow. Why did you do that, computer? I'm having so much of the funding. So Donald J. Trump was in an email. He was in several emails. He's in a lot of emails. Like I predicted, he was all over the files. You said I couldn't say it before,
Hopefully
but
he's
I can
not
say it
guilty of
now.
anything.
Well, one of the emails said Jeffrey Epstein was wondering if Vladimir Putin, dictator, president of Russia,
Mhm.
had the picture of Donald Trump giving a BJ fellatio to Bubba.
Okay.
That sounds to me like a very compromised man if this email has any type of accuracy. Because what that would mean is that Vladimir Putin has a picture of Donald Trump with a dude that compromises him, which would explain the red carpet, which would explain the Russia proposal, which was when just yesterday, or was it Friday? Russia sent a proposal. This was cracked by a congressman. This was cracked by a bipartisan congressional party So that means the Republicans helped to crack this. Donald Trump took a proposal from Russia on how to end the Ukrainian war. Some people described it as a complete surrender. And then what they said was they translated it to English, not very well. Looked like something ChatGPT would do or something like that. The wording was even like incorrect, as if it was formatted for Russian, and sent the Russian proposal, which was nothing but a surrender, to Vladimir Zelensky for approval. And Donald Trump said, if you don't sign this, we're not helping you no more. Hey, what's up, Michael? Pleasure to see you. What's up, Chris? Trying to break it down. Yeah, man, these headlines are getting crazy, Michael. So what
Okay,
that
so
means,
according to this, Jeffrey Epstein claims to give Russia's insight into Trump. So after all these years, Russia was working with Epstein to figure out Trump during his presidency the first time, and that's what this is all about. Whereas Zelensky,
no, it's not. It's not what it's about at all. It's about the email. Oh, I see.
yes, exactly, because this is interesting how an email with Jeffrey Epstein, who's been deceased for some time now, is really going to blow up this Russian proposal that I think Zelensky is going to want to accept. Understand?
You think that Zelensky turned it down out of hand? So did all of Europe. You're okay. So wait, you don't know what happened. You don't let me finish. Right? So let me finish what happened, right? So Trump said, no, that's not the Russian thing. I came up with this. This office came up with it. Marco Rubio said, yeah, we came up with it. And then the committee, the bipartisan committee, looked into it and found that it was actually the Russian proposal for surrender. And now Marco Rubio said, no, that's not what Marco Rubio, the next day, changed his statement. That's not what we gave to him. That's not, it was just, that was the Russian thing. And we're actually going to come up with our own proposal. And now they're changing their story. So why? So it's now in stone that it was a lie. So before you try and make something up for them, know that Marco Rubio changed it and said that it's definitely the Russian proposal. Now, what were you about to say?
The current proposal on the table and Jeffrey Epstein's emails, I'm trying to see really the correlation here for something that happens so many years in the past with present day. That's it. Because right now,
Okay, so I'll explain
Trump
it.
has a 28-page peace proposal with Russia and Ukraine on the table. And from my knowledge, last time I checked yesterday, Zelensky was very open to it. That's it.
Two things. No, he was not. He denied it. That's already done. It's not what's going to happen. It's what's already done. And why that email matters. So this email says that Vladimir Putin has things on Donald Trump that would make Donald Trump suspect of being controlled, blackmailed perhaps.
Because we're seeing
That's
him
what
being
the
blackmailed in front of the world, Leo. That's the point with these damn Epstein files the Democrats have. You're trying to see the
the
Democrats
Democrats have no
blackmail
no 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 no.
the
This was
president of the
no
United States in real time. Understand?
no this was released on a bipartisan basis from the Congress.
Okay, the
Republicans.
rhinos
How many
and
how
the
many how many
Democrats are
Republicans is
trying
in
to blackmail
Congress?
the president.
How many Republicans is in Congress?
I would have to look up.
Would you say probably over 600? Between about 500, 600?
Let's ask your favorite friend, AI. How many Republicans are in Congress? All right, 2025, 219 in the House, 53 in the Senate. And by my math, that's what, 272
So out of
Republicans?
272 Republicans, only one, some congressman and some House representative in Louisiana, only one out of 272 said not to release those files.
You mean 219, because that's the House.
Oh, 219. So 218 out of the 219 wanted these files released.
Yes.
So why are you saying the Democrats again?
Because the Democrats are using the information that's being agreed to be released to blackmail the president of the United States of
Okay, so I'm gonna
America.
say this again because you
Real
missed
time.
it. All right, so a bipartisan committee
Hmm.
with Republicans and Democrats
Correct.
said that the Russia proposal was Donald Trump's proposal. The Republicans
I thought we were talking about the
are a
Epstein
part of it.
files. I thought we were talking about the Epstein files.
The Republicans,
Epstein files
all but one of
were.
them released the files. They're what you're watching is the party fall apart.
Oh God.
Now they're starting to go against it. Like, could you imagine 2 months ago, Republicans going to try and work across the aisle to get something on Trump about a proposal with Russia? Could you imagine that 2 months ago?
What?
The Republicans and the Democrats
No.
came together in a committee to examine the Russian proposal because the Republicans and the Democrats believed
In committee.
that it was the Russian proposal that Trump offered to Zelensky. It was the Republicans and the Democrats working together. It was not the Democrats. Actually, it was started by a Republican. So, with that being said, yeah, go ahead. You type away. I see you. I see your wheels spinning. Yeah, I would be because it's over. It's not over where we're not going to have to fight for the next couple of years, but Congress is no longer beholden to Trump, which means that his vast power has been diminished a great deal.
Well, I will say this, and I heard this today when I met with my other colleagues. This is a war that Donald Trump inherited, so he can't be taking most of the blame for anything.
Except for the fact
That's
that
the
he's
term in political theater, the war that Trump inherited. From who and why?
so then the question becomes why is he so beholden to a dictator like Vladimir Putin that he's presenting Vladimir Putin's proposal as if it's his own? Like, yo, you lying to everybody saying it's yours and it's Putin's? Like, yo, what does this dude got on you? Oh, the email.
Well, if anything, remember the world needs Donald Trump to broker this deal. Trump would say, you know what? I'm staying out of it. NATO, European Union, and the rest of the gang, you guys will with this, United Nations, and just completely walk away. But he's not. The entire world's looking to Donald Trump for leadership as they're trying to blackmail him real time to influence his
No, that's
thinking.
not what happened at
Michael,
all. What happened was Donald Trump said, if you don't take this proposal, then we are not going to be, if you don't take this offer of surrender that Russia calls a proposal, according to, what the Republicans and Democrats said, then we're not going to work with you. And that is why the Republicans and Democrats got together to see what is really going on with Trump, because it appears that he is ready for a big word, vocabulary word, compromise.
that's good. The thing about Donald Trump, he's not scared to talk to pretty much anybody to do what that he's known for before president to cut a deal. Whereas the Democrats are completely to rush to war, as you can clearly see, because he inherited a Democratic created war.
And before you tell that tale, if that was the case, then why would he take Vladimir's proposal, as it was called by Trump, and not talk to Vladimir about changing some of the stuff in it rather than asking for complete surrender if he's not beholden to Putin?
Because, as we can clearly see, before the Epstein debacle in Trump's first administration, him and Putin had a great working relationship for when it comes to peace. So obviously, there's still some trust there, present day. Now you can try to flip and twist the Epstein files against Trump.
Russia, Russia, Russia. Got it.
Yeah, Russia was one big hoax in the first term, saying
It's
that
a
he.
hoax that he's like, yo, this is your proposal. You want them to surrender? Yo, I'll go and handle it right now. Zelensky, either you give up or we're not messing with you. I
Russia
mean, you accept this
has
proposal. We're
the
not.
upper hand because if
Not
we
according
stop
to not according
financing
to
this
Kellogg.
war, it's over for Zelensky.
Not
So yeah,
according to Trump's number one guy that he had to fire because they're losing and he was wrong. Kellogg. Remember Kellogg, who is now leaving next month because Russia's not winning that war?
okay.
No, none of that's true. None of that's true. No. Trump is beholden to Putin. There's no reason for him to take that proposal as it was, put his name on it, and send it to Zelensky. Like, yo, like, what? What? Like, yo, you didn't even try to negotiate with Putin. So what are you scared? Either you're scared of Putin or he got something on you. Those are the only options. Because you're afraid to try and talk to that man. But when he comes, you roll out the red carpet. You literally attack Zelensky. This is
Again,
all starting to make sense when you look at that email. Bubba, not you, but
but then
Bubba.
again, remember, this goes outside of that scope because Putin and Trump had 4 years of peace together. And guess what? I also found out today in my conversation with my organization that, hey, it was America who looked weak because of the previous administration, that Putin and also the other country were froggy enough to attack Hamas and Russia because we showed weakness when we pulled out of Afghanistan. And that's when everything went to hell. When we pulled out of Afghanistan, that's when the other countries got froggy with these wars. If you think about the timeline, that was brought to my attention by a veteran.
So we looked weaker pulling out of Afghanistan than saying, yes, sir, Mr. Putin. Yes, sir, I'll take this. Yes, sir, Massa. And take it over. So let's see. If you don't take this, we quit. It's mine. I did this. Trump. This looks like it was Russian. It's Russia's, but we're coming up with something.
We're still financing
I
you.
need 5 beautiful seats. I'm sorry.
We didn't have Ukrainian flags litter our Congress and our government like under the previous administration. Trump could pull the plug and rug from under Zelensky any moment in time, but he's not. The world is looking at Trump for leadership. Anything that you guys, or not you particularly, are doing right now to try to obstruct this whole peace deal, it's not going to end well for Ukraine. That's about that. Trump will still be fine. America will still be fine for now.
Well, I'm glad that some people pay attention to media. I'm glad that our voices are heard because if it was up to Donald Trump when the United States finally marched on Ukraine for Russia, it would be with nooses and swastikas on their jackets.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, what?
That's so extremely exaggerated. I don't know what to say at this point.
Tell me where it's exaggerated.
Well, one thing's for sure, Ukraine is a very racist country that does have ties and, education from the Nazis. When Russia actually took over that area from when the Germans took over, and then Russia took over communism from fascism, from Nazism, which stands for what? National Socialists. So there are a lot of right-wing extremists in Ukraine. Remember when the Africans tried to escape when the war first broke out and they left them behind? So yes, all that white supremacy stuff, alt-right, is right there in Ukraine, and we're weaponing them up and financing this whole war. So
Well, I mean, that's fine when you're talking for a white supremacist regime that literally was taking nooses and swastikas off the hate list for the military so that it could literally be worn in the military. And it was going to happen December 15th. Thankfully, our outcry of disgust and rage pouring out was so significant that it goes back on the list November 20th. That means for 5 days, it's legal to walk around with a noose or a swastika if you're a Coast Guard member.
oh God.
You don't know this?
I'm not in the military. I don't follow military news that closely.
Oh, well, Trump said that he took nooses and swastikas off the list that and it was they was getting ready to wear them, and the outcry was so bad he put it back on the list 5 days later. But November 15th, swastikas and nooses can literally be carried by the Coast Guard. with no repercussions.
Okay.
White Trump's white supremacist regime. You still want to argue that? What was you saying about Nazis and swastikas? Oh, right, U.S. No. You were talking about some other country.
Ukraine.
U.S.
Ukraine.
Trump is making it very difficult for you. Because yeah, that actually happened.
Okay.
Like he wanted the military to walk around with swastika and nooses.
I
That's
don't know if you wanted that, but okay.
I'm
Shout out
sorry.
to 2K people watching right now. Very good.
Yeah. That one's hard. That one's hard. That was a tough one. That was a tough one. All right, let's. Trump likes to make it hard for you, so
Hey, Terry, good to see you. Thank you for being in the chat, Terry. I know Terry personally.
is Terry Piggy? No. What do you think about Piggy?
Hey, what's up, Harry? How you doing? Yeah, another fan, and then people are coming in slowly.
Oh wow. Okay,
Yeah,
I guess I should take a look. Oh, Rivera's here for you.
and Heard is on 17
Gaming, I notice your people. Thank you. We appreciate the elite comment.
because it's not YouTube doesn't really.
Every episode feel like a documentary. We giving it up like that. Thank you, Beatmaster. That's one of yours. I don't know.
Yeah, YouTube is not really good at letting you see people's profiles and that kind of stuff.
Politics, drama, global tension. We try and bring it. Ration. I'm trying, brother. I'm trying to give that analysis. Oh, that was Dion saying yes. I was about to call you out. Dion asking the real questions nobody else will.
Exactly.
I oh, whoa, what is this? Hold up. Dang, you mentioned the chat is blowing up. Yahshua said unto him, I am the way, the truth, the life. No man comes unto the Father but by me. Yakan, John. Oh,
2.2
Amina?
2K, 2.6K people watching right now.
For
What do they
Elohim,
want?
Elohim sent not his Yahid into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. Yakan,
Or the
John.
scripture.
John 3:17.
There you go.
Wow. We're getting some religious context in here. All right. All right. That's very interesting. So, as I was saying, I guess that wasn't Piggy. What do you think about Piggy?
That's just Trump being Trump. Remember, William Barr, the previous attorney general, this homegirl from CNN said, "Hey, Trump called you a fat pig." He said, "Well, that's just Trump being Trump." You know, Trump is hard not being from New York or from Queens, being a boss. It's hard for him to be criticized when he knows people, especially his media, fake news, has malicious intentions with a line of questioning. Ooh,
You know, if somebody would have called my little sister a pig in school, we would have had to fight. Because we don't tolerate bullies where I come from. Trump never had to lift a finger to fight in his life. He's a bully. I don't think he could fight. He was scared to join the military. He's a coward. Oh, my leg hurt. My leg hurt. Got heel spurs. I don't know. No. I'm not going. Sorry, heel spurs. He's a bit. He's a coward. And to sit in the highest office of the land and look at hardworking people trying to do their job and call them names because he doesn't like a question makes him
he'd
a
like
piece
to
of
be
crap.
interrupted as he's talking, and that's what they're famous for, interrupting him while he is talking. Remember, it's not a right, but it's a privilege to interview the President of the United States in the press corps on his Air Force One and in the White House, in the Oval Office. See, the man's talking, he's like, yo, but you know, that's just Trump being Trump.
So his response is to start calling names. What, he's a freaking retarded third grader?
Well,
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have used the word retarded.
yeah, call him whatever you want, but that's just Trump being Trump.
It seems like to me that the dementia's gotten so bad that he's regressing to childhood behavior. He's regressing to childhood behavior in front of our very eyes. Because it would take not even a third grader. My daughter's in third grade. Third graders wouldn't do that. So that's an insult to third graders. It would take a kindergartner, maybe a first grader, somebody with very childlike tendencies that has not yet learned right from wrong, or that you do not call people names, to react that way. Trump is regressing, and it's actually a pretty serious thing. And I think his family knows it. I think the MRI is about that. He called her Piggy because he's regressing. He couldn't figure out an intellectual way to handle her and just started calling names. It's a serious problem there. It's a mental problem. All right, more in the chat. Let's see what's going on. All right. The Epstein bill situation is way bigger than people think. Absolutely. We just let loose. The Epstein bill is ripping MAGA apart. And thankfully, these victims are actually finally going to see some justice. Like some of these victims have been trying to do this since the 90s. Do you understand? Since the 90s. And both parties, Republican and Democrat, have been hiding what's really going on. But they're finally looking at some possible justice. That's what's up. Anyway, the Russian proposal segment had my jaw on the floor. Thank you, William. Yeah, that really happened, man. He literally just went to Putin, to Zelensky, like, this is about the final straw. That's crazy. When these two team up, it's always a good show. Dion is dope. Like, I enjoy going at it with him because he don't back down. He don't give up. He, like, even when he's cornered, he shimmies and finds a way to keep going. So shout out to Dion. This is the type of content mainstream media scares. Absolutely. As Dion likes to say, we are the news. And so are you.
So are
Right.
you. All the news.
That's how he likes to must watch episode. Thank you, William. All right, so he defends the indefensible with Piggy. I mean, so what do you think about the fact that Marjorie Taylor Greene is resigning? Let's talk about it a little bit more in depth.
Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Indeed.
Well, she did what she had to do. It's unfortunate, but I believe that Friday was a political roller coaster.
Hold on. What's unfortunate?
That she resigned.
That she's resigning in January.
Right. She strategically did that, I think, because of certain political calendars where they have to appoint, call special election in Georgia or something like that. Maybe that's how it's supposed to go. For the Republican Party to retain that seat with no problem, whatever the case may be. Oh, excuse me. But basically, once the Zoran
Thank you for the civic
buddy,
education. Thank you for the civic
yeah,
education.
once the Zoran Trump buddy press conference was over, that was the nail in the coffin for her, I guess, because that's the next thing that the major political scene was her resignation. And it's unfortunate, really, because it shows Trump's true colors. And if you're not from New York like we are, and have people that by degrees of separation have been around the man, and the blacks that have been around the man, and how the man moves on TV, on camera, off camera, it's unfortunate. Marjorie Taylor Greene has a fan base that's for her and Trump. So now there's a lot of question marks in the GOP and various factions. America first. Some people say Israel first. There's another faction, rhinos, and MAGA, Trump loyalists to the end. So those are like 54 kind of factions, if not more so, going on. Who replaced Marjorie Taylor Greene? Who knows? Coming as an independent thinker from the Republican Party.
Well, the people I know that have been around Trump, I give full disclosure. So my daughter's not here right now. She's actually attending school at your alma mater as we speak, right? Well, not today, it's Sunday. She goes back to class tomorrow. And yeah, she's been there for a while, just didn't mention it.
Where's my
So
alma?
huh?
That's my alma
City
mater.
College of New York.
Ah, yes. Let her know that I am the president. Wait right there.
This guy. This guy.
It's time for show and tell for your daughter. Let her know that I am the president of the Black Alumni group of the City College New York. This is the journal where we're taking out an ad. And I am clearly here on what's this, the second page, I guess? Yes, the
Congratulations.
the second page here.
You're on mute.
I said, wait right there. I had to go get my book. We just had our annual alumni gala, and you are speaking to the president of the Black Alumni Group. Unfortunately, I have this filter here, but let your daughter know anybody that's Black who went to the City College of New York that I'm the president of Black Alumni Group, and one of my initiatives is to give honorary degrees to some key Black people that came to City College. Like one person I have in mind to nominate will be Russell Simmons. Because Russell Simmons attended City College, but he did not finish, and he went on to blow up to be Oh shit! Sorry. All right, enough commercial. Back to you.
Oh, now he's away in the island, not coming back because he's under indictment for uh, full assault. Like,
You see, that part, people, I had a feeling was out there, but I'm just trying to go with the good. So obviously, maybe that's not a good idea.
I'm a fan. But I don't know exactly what he did, but I know he's retreated to an island and won't come back because they'll arrest him. So, and it's something to do with kids. Of course, it always
Oh
is.
God.
I don't know the details, at least, But so Marjorie Taylor Greene, in case you don't know, is a congresswoman, presently a House of Representatives. She signed a discharge petition. A discharge petition. So the Epstein files was in a committee in the House of Representatives. The Speaker of the House, the moron Mike Johnson, would not let Epstein files come to the floor for the House to vote. In order for it to come to the floor for the House to vote, there had to be 218 signatures on something called a discharge petition, which would override his ability to stop it from coming to the House floor. Marjorie Taylor Greene wasn't the 218 signature, but without her, there would not have been enough signatures. Donald Trump took it very offensive that even though she supported him since 2015, since before he was even considered a serious candidate, and she had his back since then, before she was in any office, before either one of them was in any office, she had his back, one of his biggest, loudest, strongest supporters, that because she signed this discharge petition allowing this bill to come to the floor, he took the smoke on her. And it's even so much as called her a traitor. So that's what Marjorie Taylor Greene is. And so when Dion says it's a shame, it's because somebody who's been such a long time supportive friend to Donald Trump was turned on so easily. It does show that the man, it shows who he is. I mean, we all know anyway.
We all know what we're dealing with. You should by now, because remember, you already had one administration of Trump. This is the second term of Donald Trump. You should know what you're dealing with. Don't be surprised. It's sad, but you can't really be surprised. That's just Trump being Trump.
I don't think what we're looking at is that at all. I think what really actually happened was she played her cards and she's bailing, making a big show of it, a big show of her split with Donald Trump so that she can solidify the America First movement. You heard it here first. It's a big show so she can solidify the America First movement. Like Donald Trump, she came from obscurity. She never was a part of politics. She was a business person. She came in without a political background. She has the same background as Trump. She actually believes some of the stuff. Listen to yeah, word. Did you pick that? Word. Think
The
about it.
same background as Trump.
She came in political. She was not a politician. She was a business person. She jumped into
Okay.
politics, like similar backgrounds from a political perspective. She was not a politician. She's not a career politician.
Right.
She jumped in. She was a business person, and she saw what Trump did. I think she watched it. She liked it. Maybe she believed some of it. Maybe she didn't. I don't know that part for sure. But I think she watched it and she said, "Yo, this dude is not doing what he promised. The party's about to split because of it. If I play this right, I can get his position, because I can offer the promises that he's breaking, but I got to make it right. So she played what she went against the policies that he was doing for a while without going directly against them. Oh, I hate Congress. Donald Trump is great, but Congress is messing up. They shouldn't do this. They shouldn't do that. Even though it was all the stuff that Donald Trump was promising. Then boom, now she's against Trump. Now she's about to split. But she waited for Trump to be about to fall on his face before he did it. Now he's dealing with the Epstein thing. He's dealing with affordability. There's a few other things. But with these two things, the party is fractured. So now she's making, I believe what we're looking at is her making her move to make her power grab and have the American First Party split from MAGA and lead that party. That's what I believe we're looking at. Now, that's my prediction right here on the think tank based on critical thinking and analysis. Now, let's see if for the first time I'm wrong. I don't think so. What do you think, Dion?
So you're saying that as a result, more Republicans are going to resign?
No. Now, what I said was she is going for a power grab.
So you say she's
She's
going
going
to come back
for
to politics and make a move?
absolutely 100%.
I don't know about that.
100%.
I think she's going to fade off into the sunset, unfortunately, and just let her
Nah.
absence, create a presence that would fester into dissension in the GOP or create a new movement inside. That's what I think.
The movement is the America First Party. She splintered the MAGA, or she watched MAGA splinter. She grabbed the vast majority of MAGA who actually have their head on straight because the stuff that Trump's doing is crazy. But America First is not completely bad. And so she's like, yo, if I can like get these people behind me, she's been saying all the right stuff so that not only Republicans, but even Democrats like what she was saying, if you've been paying attention, for the last month and a half. And now she's like, all right, now I got enough that me and Trump split. I got the American First Party portion of MAGA, and I can run from here. I'm not coming back as a House of Representative. I'm going for senator or I'm going for one of the big chairs. That's what she's doing. Like I kept saying, she's brilliant. I saw this coming because everybody's like, yo, she's starting to make sense. She's starting to make sense. And I'm like, why is she saying these things that's going against Trump? What is happening? So obviously she's going for I think she wants a big chair. But I digress. You don't think so. You think she's going to fade into the sunset. We shall see.
I think she's a Christian woman at the center because this all started with her, her faith, getting the best of her with this whole situation in the Hamas Israel thing. And, it's too much for her, like some other, evangelicals, how this Gaza genocide, if they want to call that a war, is being too extreme. So that's when she started to question. Once she started to question, and then she started getting the blowback from other Republicans and things of that nature, then the conspiracy theorists about, the Zionism and all of the stuff was happening. So her eyes started opening up and she started to question. And that's how, things go downhill.
Do you know what she got the most blowback from? Or what she gave the most blowback for? Blowback Trump emails. You know what gave her the most? You know what she complained about the most?
Yeah.
The ACA, how even her children would be affected. For the last month, she began on and on and on about the Affordable Care Act and how the subsidies need to be added. Now, as I said, the Trump era of controlling Congress is over. And in support of that, even though I did a video on it, I didn't release it in time, and things are starting to unfold faster than I thought they would. I was trying to get ahead of it, but Trump's control of Congress is over. As a show of that, there is presently a bipartisan bill being introduced to extend ACA subsidies. Were you aware of that?
Yes.
We spoke about it last week, and I told you this was going to happen. I said the Republicans don't have a plan. They're going to have to extend the subsidies. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Was that another one?
Well, they don't want to extend the subsidies, so they wouldn't want to have a plan. Democrats have to come with a plan to the table. Otherwise, We're going to be back here in January when it's going to be a threat of another government shutdown, as always. Understand?
So I guess you didn't listen to anything I just said. Let me say this again. A bipartisan committee has come. That means Republicans and Democrats. Both bipartisan means both parties. It means Republicans are involved with a bill to extend the subsidies. Were you aware of that?
Oh, no, I wasn't aware of that part. I know they are working on a bill. That's about it. But sure, okay. Let's see.
Bipartisan bill. The Republicans are involved.
Good. But the Republicans in the committee didn't present anything. Let's see.
No, they presented it together.
Okay, good.
They literally came on camera together talking about the bill. It's great.
Yeah, more people
Republicans,
together. That's why the Trump Mandami situation is good because making Republicans and Democrats work together, people come closer to the middle. That's why AOC and the rest of the gang for 2028, they're afraid of being primary by the Democratic Socialists. That's going to bring them far left because they know they won't be able to win the presidency if they're too far left. But yes, this makes sense.
yes, it does. The subsidies, as I said, will be extended because the Republicans don't have a plan, so they don't have a choice. They're not going to. Donald Trump was trying to stop them, but now his power over them has subsided due to the Epstein file. So now they're looking at it like, yo, our constituents are going to be mad. We need to do something. So they're going to extend the bill. They're going to extend the subsidies because they have no choice. Because otherwise, they are going to get primaried or kicked out because the constituents are going to lose. So Republicans not beholden to Trump any longer will start. And actually, Donald Trump was asked yesterday if he would sign the subsidies bill if it made it to his desk. That's how far along the bill's come already. They're asking him on camera now, is he going to sign it? Subsidies are going to happen. Let's talk about the other big thing in the news. I mean, it was so much. It's been a busy week. So, a few of these Democrats got together and they said we should not follow illegal orders. What do you think about that?
Like another YouTuber said, you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. What does that mean? The Democrats say you shouldn't follow illegal orders. President Trump is saying, hey, anybody that actually does commit sedition, because right now, the Democrat veterans, mind you, are trying to install seeds of dissension and insubordination as a commander in chief. So the Republicans that are veterans came up with their own sequence video. I'm not sure if you saw that, what we call in the industry montage, but yes, certain things aren't to be played with. So when the Democrats are asked point blank, what illegal orders has President Trump given? They can't answer. But the seeds of dissension.
That's not true. I can answer for him right for you right now. First of all, let me state.
What illegal orders did he give the military, Leo?
Invade California, Posse Comitatus. So any state where the National Guard is, it was an invasion of Posse Comitatus. All of those were illegal. All of them. When he was asking the military, should we shoot protesters in the leg, tear gassing protesters? Do you want me to keep going?
So far, the Democrats haven't been able to explain it eloquently, but go ahead.
I just think like five. Fuck. Like, shooting protesters in the leg should be the one we go with here, right?
Order them to shoot them in the leg, Leo?
He asked if he could.
The answer is no.
Well, he tear gassed them.
And when he
That's illegal. That's chemical warfare on American citizens on American soil. That is an illegal order.
He didn't make it illegal. You just said it yourself. He didn't order them to do that.
No, he did.
He ordered them. You got to prove to us in the audience that Donald Trump ordered them to shoot people in the leg.
No. I said to tear gas. I said to chemical warfare. If you've never had to deal with tear gas, and anybody who's ever been in the military has to go in something called a gas chamber, where you step in and you wait your turn online. When it's your turn, you take off your mask, you walk to your whoever it is, me was a petty officer, commander chief, whatever, drill sergeant, whatever it is. You state your name and social, and you have to walk out. They do this so you have to inhale the tear gas. When you come out, your every orifice in your body is exploding because that's what tear gas does to you. It's a horrible experience. When you're a young man in the military, it's fun. You're excited. You're laughing about it. If you're an old man, old lady, or child, it's probably something that can kill you. Don't have a bad heart. It's not something that you should. Chemical warfare is not something that should be ordered. And so everybody, member of the military, has experienced it, so we know what it is. Like we're also taught not to follow illegal orders. Anybody's ever been to boot camp and learned anything has to learn that is part of basic training not to not to follow illegal orders. This is not something, some radical idea, some radical left idea. These are the common practices of the military. These guys didn't say anything wrong. They only stated stuff that you learn in basic anyway. So, and then they never said Donald Trump gave illegal orders. So if they didn't say Donald Trump did illegal orders, and all they did was restate stuff that you learn in boot camp anyway, what's the problem?
Well, again, so far, to my knowledge, the president hasn't given any orders illegal whatsoever. And
Tear gassing protesters.
did he tell them to tear gas them, order them to tear gas? Remember, the military, National Guard has a right to defend itself and property. So tear gas probably wasn't warranted in some of these.
Was it warranted for tear gas to be sprayed at the Black Lives Matter movement so that Donald Trump can walk out with an inverted Bible to go across the street and take a photo op? Was that necessary?
Again, Leo, if Trump is in violation of anything, the court systems have kicked in, remember?
Oh, he's about to get it. He's never going to see a day in jail. He's too sick. And if that's the case, then there's nothing to worry about. But if he does say next time, instead of can we shoot protesters in the leg, which he did inquire about, this is historical fact. I know you don't want to argue about that. If next time he goes further in his debilitating mental state and gives the order to actually do so, we're just reminding people, do not shoot American citizens. It's an illegal order. You do not have to follow it. I don't see what the problem is.
Well, then you shouldn't see the problem if these Congress people are inciting sedition and the consequence for that. Just like January 6th. Remember January 6th? You know what's about January 6th anymore? And how they use that to try to come up to the president? So you see,
So you don't know, you don't want to bring that up. You don't know what happened with
you have
January
to
6th.
be
You don't want to
careful
bring that
what
up.
you say.
January 6th has been proven to be a Trump movement. It's been proven now, beyond a shadow of any doubt. Anyway, if you're given an illegal order in the military and you follow it, when this administration's over, you're going to go to jail for it.
So you're talking to
Not
generals,
follow.
right? How many people in the military does Donald Trump order around? The Joint Chiefs of Staff. So it has to be one of those suspects, right? That's actually following illegal orders, right?
Whoever it is, if it's illegal order, you don't follow it. There are consequences. You will be held responsible. Now, the problem is if you don't follow the order, you can be held responsible now. You can be court-martialed. You can be thrown in the brig. You can be held responsible now. But if you do follow it, you will be held responsible at some point. So this Donald Trump is now putting our military in a very precarious situation. But
You mean
said,
Congress is putting the military in a precarious position?
no, Donald Trump doesn't give an illegal order, then there's nothing to talk about. If he doesn't give an illegal order, then there's nothing to talk about. End of story if he doesn't give an illegal order. Hey, what's going on in the chat? Let's take a breather and say hi to our friends.
Yes, what's going on in the chat? Let's see.
I would hope it's something that's also part of law enforcement. I don't know what that means. Not much in the chat. It's gotten a little quiet. Still got some viewers, but it's gotten quiet. This is getting late. They're watching, but 70 minutes. We ain't gonna be on much longer. We got a couple other things to discuss. Business with the Saudis deals with the Qatari, Saudi Arabia, Binance founder CZ. Huh. Wash money for the Al Qaeda, Hamas, and ISIS. Yeah, that's just old news for you, though, right?
ISIS.
The business with the Saudis.
Well, again, like I said earlier about Mandami meeting Trump, and Trump with all these Middle Eastern deals he's cutting, that's pissing off a lot of people. The man, art of the deal, that's all he knows how to do, just cut these deals when money's involved. So
To
Mandami,
enrich himself.
well, as long as people aren't dying from war, business is good. Understand?
People are dying for it. The ceasefire that was on with Gaza that I told you was something was not going to work. Uh-oh. It's back on. How to get started again? I haven't had a chance to research it yet, but the war is back on as was obviously going to occur. So Trump has stopped 0 wars in how many days he been in office?
Almost a year in January, maybe. So maybe 10
Is
months countdown.
so there's affordability crisis. He's cutting deals to enrich himself while everybody's starving. But prices are going up. The average person can't afford to do anything later for a vacation. They barely keep a roof over their head. Prices going up on rents and mortgages. Prices going up on beef. He's got golden toilets and ballrooms and $1 billion retrofitted jets and
Mhm.
Bitcoin and pencils and his own coin and oh man, the man is sitting there grifting, making himself richer, making everybody else poorer, and that is his entire time. That describes his entire time in office. Unless you can think of anything else he's done. Name one positive thing he's done for this country.
Close the border. Wow, look how fast that was, Leo.
He closed the border. You know what? I want proof. He says drugs are coming through that border. So are the drugs coming through?
For all the illegal aliens invading this country,
So if there's no illegal aliens coming in, then why is he bombing Venezuela? If there's no drugs coming in through the border, then drugs aren't coming. Why is he bombing Venezuela? Which is it?
well, I'm talking about the mass influx of humans. That's the success
So you
story.
mean to tell me drugs can get in, but humans can't? That's what we're going with.
Well, his success is he's closed the border. So now instead of millions of people pouring in
His
over
success is
time,
he's claimed to close the border.
right, from all the influx of thousands upon
So his
thousands of
success
millions.
is false claims.
No, this is Donald Trump being Donald Trump. The fact is, you asked me my professional opinion, and I said, what good has Donald Trump done that he's successful at? He's closed the border.
He's
And I'll give
claimed
you
to
another
close the
one.
borders.
A boy's a boy and a girl's a girl. Period. That's two, Leo. Remember, we played this game before, and those are my two strokes was the border being closed and secured, which previous administration failed to do, and two, define what a boy is and a girl is. And that's it.
He claimed to have closed the borders. I'll go for that. Claim. I don't believe it. It doesn't make sense. He's telling me drugs is coming through there, but people are not. Like maybe the fentanyl's walking on its own, but no, he's lying.
That's just Trump being.
And it looks like we don't know what's going to happen at the Supreme Court level as of yet. They are signaling to favor Trump, but federal judges have denied the Texas redistricting. I think you tried to say that last week, and I hadn't gotten the news as of yet. If they win at the Supreme Court level, and they say that the redistricting is done on a racial bias. Thank you, Mark Elias from um, Democracy Watch for fighting this fight and not letting black people's votes not count. We love you for it. Thank you. Because his his team of lawyers, is the ones that are fighting in court the redistricting. So thank you, Mark Elias. You for winning battles for us that we can't fight for ourselves. I'm not an attorney. So if Texas loses the redistricting battle that some people like myself call gerrymandering, what does this mean for the Republican Party?
That means that the lines will remain the same in Texas, but at the Supreme Court level, that can affect other states that the Democrats try to play catch up with their gerrymandering scheme. Understand?
Why don't you break that down for the audience? Because you said a lot. Something about Prop 50 in Cali, and you just said
Yes.
something and didn't say
Yes.
nothing.
Other states,
Explain.
as a result of Texas trying to draw their lines so Republicans get a fair share of representation, potentially, other states follow suit, like California. New York was trying it, and some others in which they will withdraw their lines back to favor the Democrats. Now, mind you, again, the fact still remains, according to the United States Census, that Democratic controlled states were overcounted and Republican controlled states were undercounted with the census. Trump still, we're going to talk about this at some point, trying to redefine the definition of citizens being counted for the census in 2030. He might not be in office in 2028, but that's something he's trying to do long term for that census. So if the Supreme Court says that Texas lines that they're put out there from legislature are illegal, then that may affect California and others who have put legislative efforts forward to change their lines.
So the definition of gerrymandering is when you draw lines in a state to add or take away seats by counting certain population components in with others. So you can narrowly draw out black votes by making the lines where the black people are closer together and making the black population smaller, while portions of that black population are included in a much larger white population so that they don't get their voices counted. And that scheme that they call redistricting is the very premise of gerrymandering, which, even though some MAGA says it's not happening, the Supreme Court looks like they'll have no choice but to follow the federal court's observations, which is that these gerrymandered lines were done on a racial basis, as evidenced by where the lines were drawn. It was something that a judge could not overlook, even a Texas judge, which is the part that even a Texas judge looked at this and said, "Nah, this is racial, man." Like, he looked at the lines, he was like, "I've heard the arguments, and come on, man, this is racial. What do you want me to say? I know I'm supposed to be one of you, but look at the lines, bruh." Like, like two of them, it was like, "Tell the gerrymander and stop." So, what do you think the implications will be for Republicans on a national basis?
Well, they can always argue, like I said, that the Democrats have tainted the process, and we've always point to Massachusetts. We had a high turnout vote for Republicans for Donald Trump for 2024 election. Have zero people in Congress as a result. That's a Republican. Understand? So for the midterm elections, I'm not sure how much it's going to improve or worsen things, but it's going to be more difficult for Republicans to pick up seats. They may maintain their lead now, but I don't know, especially where things are going.
Yeah, I think with affordability and Epstein causing fractures, I think what you just looked at with Marjorie Taylor Greene on the low, like, she's brilliant because she's picking up enough people to support, but what she's also doing is tearing the party apart. Congress is no longer beholden to him. They're actually investigating him. They're investigating Pam Bondi. They're actually investigating Trump appointees. Marjorie Taylor Greene is ripping the soul out of the MAGA movement because America First was the soul of the MAGA movement. Or am I wrong?
Well, again, she's not here anymore in Congress. So I don't think, unless she starts like some sort of podcast tour, maybe, but there's no real leader for America First per se in Congress right now, or the face
And
of
I
it
think
rather.
that she's trying to place herself in that position. But I could be wrong. Maybe she's just quitting because she's had enough of Trump, and you're right. Who knows? She does feel like she should not have been attacked.
Well, remember, she
What's going
resigns
on?
on January 5th, but yes, I'm having problems on my end too with the connection.
The military is under the executive branch, the greatest depression. That's true. The military is under the executive branch. So when they were allowed to brandish nooses and swastikas, that'll be under the president of the United States. That is quite accurate. Thank you, Chrissy. And the Greatest Depression. I don't know what that refers to. I missed something. I was here. I wasn't. I blew it. Okay. Well, I think that's going to be. Wow, we kept our numbers pretty stable today.
Yes, I see that. But
I mean, they're fluctuating, but they stayed around 266, 660. They stayed around there. Thank you, everybody, for coming. If you like the content, please like, share, subscribe. We'll be back this time next week, 9 p.m. Please join. Come into the chat. Drop your knowledge like Chrissy just did. Like I, the military is under the executive branch is powerful. Oh wait, what did I miss something too? I would hope it's something that's also a part of law enforcement. I missed what that was about. If you're there, you can tell me before I go what you was referring to because I missed it. I apologize. I was so into this discussion. But
well,
anyway, it's getting late.
everybody, have a happy Thanksgiving weekend, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. What's it, Thor Wednesday or something like that for the turkey, whatever tradition they create with now. Enjoy the Macy's Day Parade if that's your thing. Maybe Charlie Brown will be on because we're old enough to remember that, right, Leo? The Peanuts Gang. So remember, we are the media supporting
18.
you, and holiday seasons are upon us. Remember, seasonal effectiveness order, seasonal depression, make sure you turn your mood. If you're sleeping too much, you're depressed a little bit, try to cheer up, not eat too much, and, try to do the research on, change your diet for plant-based living. So thanks a lot, guys.
All right, thank you for coming. Happy holidays. Turkey Day. Happy Turkey Day. All right, this is Leo and Dion signing out.